we've got to turn our gaze yet again to the hilariously misrun state of Corruptifornia. Sorry, California. I don't know where it's Freudian slip or something like that. California was put on blast by the Trump administration in a recent report issued by the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy. In the 310-page report, it outlined how bad of a deal the California high-speed rail train project is. If you don't know about this, well, first of all, you should. The California high-speed rail project is no longer a high-speed rail, but was approved by voters in 2008 to be an 800-mile rail that was supposed to be completed in 2020 for $33 billion. It included a stretch of around 500 miles that went from San Diego to Sacramento, the entire stretch of the state. Since then, in 2019, Governor Gavin Newsom, lib, came out and said, okay, so it's not done by 2020 because I'm looking around and there's really no track laid. And actually, instead of going the 500-mile stretch, it's going to go 171 miles from Merced to Bakersfield. And if you're around the country going, what the heck is Merced and Bakersfield? That's what we in California think too. Not popular cities for people to have to travel between, and yet California, the ballooning price is now up to $77 billion. So it increased in price, it decreased in value, it extended the time frame, and for some reason we're still doing it. Thankfully, Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, is saying, hey, no more federal money going to this program, or at least we're looking at canceling all the federal money going to this program. You have until July 11th to justify why you need more money. To which I said, why is there any federal money going to this? Turns out there's a lot of federal money going to this. Since 2010, the federal government has given California $7 billion and not a single foot of new track has been laid. I wonder why they call it Corruptifornia. Aside from that, I would just like to point out, personally, by myself, if you need 0 feet of track laid, I'll do it for half. That's right. American taxpayers get a discount, $3.5 billion, and I will lay 0 feet of train in the state of California. Here to comment on that and so much more is Fox contributor Siaka Massaquoi and conservative commentator Lily Kate. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Even though I'm here in California, it feels corrupt, but I appreciate having you.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yes, thank you.
Siaka, as a California refugee, I hope that's okay to put that out there. But as a person who lived here, I've been looking around. I haven't seen the train, and it was supposed to be done in 2020. They push it to 2033. New reports are now saying, we're probably not even going to make that deadline. What gives? I mean, do Californians just at this point deserve this?
No, we don't. But here's the fun part, because I voted for that back in '08 when I was still in LA. And a little caveat is that we're actually still been paying taxes for that this entire time. So not only have they been getting federal money, but they've been getting, well, which is technically our money anyway, but they've been getting our money directly from the state of California for a train to nowhere. Oh my goodness. If the scam wasn't so real, you wouldn't believe it in the movie, guys.
All I heard there was Siaka's fault. Siaka is the reason this train exists. And by exists, I mean doesn't exist. Yes. Lily, I think one of the biggest, most interesting things about this is Gavin Newsom is out there saying, well, look, hold on. We're past all of the environmental studies and the land purchases. In other words, the hard part is behind us. This is a big tack that libs are now trying to take. They're talking about, well, we're going to do abundance by cutting red tape, which ironically is the red tape that they put in place. Are they going to get away with this politically speaking, do you think?
Well, they're going to get away with it because California is just going to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. What is it with blue states and not being able to keep railways effectively functioning? I mean, look at the New York subway system. We know it's a total disaster. It's where so much degeneracy and danger and violence occur like every single day. Every day I go on X and I see another clip of someone doing something heinous on any kind of subway in a major city. And so I'm just wondering what it is, from Pete Buttigieg having his obsession with trains, from California double dipping into California taxpayers' money and also federal workers and federal funds for this railway. I'm just wondering why the obsession with trains in America, because clearly we're not that good at it. So just wondering there.
I think it's the former president's obsessions with trains. It's a here comes the train, open wide, here's the jello type of situation there.